University, our head coach Paco Labrador, and Meghan Vodopich and Kendall Former.
All right, so how you guys doing? So Coach, I want to start off by asking you, how did you and your team prepare for today's match against Mount Union?
Well, we played Mount Union about a month ago, but we'd known that there are a few new people in their lineup, and lately they've been running a different defense than the one they used against us. So we really didn't do much until we watched the match last night, and pretty much just charted what they did in the match last night and went with what they did then, and hoped that they were going to do the same types of things against us tonight.
Okay. So besides their new defense, how was the game any different or similar from when you did play them a month ago?
The big change was they got a new left side hitter in, number 18 Chapman. She's been playing really well down the stretch here the last couple of weeks and in their conference tournament. And they changed one of their middles, and one of their right sides is actually playing. She played a little bit against us, but playing very much better. So those were some of the big adjustments. But really, the most drastic change was the defense that they run is almost an inverted defense to what they ran last time. So that really is a big change.
And so, Coach, I just want to talk about Game 3. How do you beat a team that doesn't make a single attack here?
Right. Well, you don't. Exactly. So that's the bottom line. Is at some point when you're playing volleyball, you can sense when it's the best thing about volleyball, honestly, is that you can lose a set, but you don't lose the match. And so, in a way, you just recognize the fact that this one, the amount of effort and the amount of time and the amount of work that it's going to take for us to claw our way back to try to win this game, even though we're down by 15 or whatever we were down by, you just succumb to that match, or you succumb to that set. And you get a couple people out of the game just so that they can see the game from a different perspective. You get them to rest their legs a little bit, and you go in with a fresh perspective going into the fourth set. But there are games in volleyball where you're not going to win them, and you live to fight another day.
Okay. So now I want to kind of talk about Game 4. It was 10-6. You called a timeout. I just want to know what was said, because after that, you went on an 8-0 run before Mount Union called a timeout, and you just took advantage of that.
Well, I think we just needed to kind of calm down a little bit, and I think we talked. I don't remember all the time, but I think we talked about their service pressure. So they were doing a really good job of coming after us from the service line, and we had been trying to be equally as aggressive, but we had missed a couple serves, I think, right before that, and so we were just trying to press a little too hard from the service line, but yet I still wanted us to stay aggressive. So I didn't want them to change their mentality. I just needed them to recognize that they're coming after you from the service line, so let's just settle into some things and go from there.
Thank you. So, Kendall, I want to ask you a question. You've had a breakout season this year. How does it feel to be such a big contributor to your team in this tournament as just a sophomore?
Well, it feels good, but I have great teammates, and I have a great setter, so I just have to thank them for that and working hard coming back from an injury.
So, how was that crowd out there? How did that have an effect to you?
Oh, I love it, and I know my teammates do too. It always hypes us up, having a great crowd out there, and the fans are great.
Okay. So Meghan had 5 service aces today. It's pretty impressive. I just want you to tell us, how important is serving in a tournament like this?
It's pretty crucial when another team, especially a team with as good of an offense as Mount Union has, is in system and is consistently putting up great pass after great pass. It makes them really hard to beat. So just being poised and finding the right amount of velocity and accuracy, finding that balance is really important, especially in the NCAA tournament.
Okay. And so as a senior, Meghan, who's been here multiple times, how big of a difference does it make playing at home in front of that home crowd?
It's really amazing. The crowd always, when you get down and lose momentum, the crowd can really bring you back a lot more than you'd expect. And we've been playing in front of big crowds for the last 3 years up at Calvin College, but this has really been a big difference. It's great when they're pumping you up instead of cheering against you the whole time. So.
And then one more thing for you, Coach. Wittenberg Tigers, what's one thing they need to focus on as they advance throughout this tournament?
We continue to grow, and every day there's something better that we're doing or some different adjustment that we've made that seems to be sticking better with us. And so I think that tomorrow we get 55 minutes to practice, and I think that every single player is going to get just fractionally better at that practice, specifically against Hope. But even their overall game, I've been impressed with some things that I've seen just this weekend that we weren't doing last weekend. And it's only been, a couple practice days, and I feel really good about the fact that this team, although there's a couple of older players on the team, everybody is still getting after it and still trying to improve each day, and I like that about them.